Hello, welcome to Bella Bean's Chinese Food Kitchen. In today's kitchen, I'm going to share with you a recipe of stir-fried cabbage with bean curd puffs. So there's 2 steps. First step, we make bean curd puffs. The second step, we make stir-fried cabbage with bean curd puffs. The main material for my recipe are cabbage. I use 1/4 of this cabbage. It's about 500 grams. Then 2 bags of extra firm tofu, totally 700 grams. Then a little bit pork tenderloin. Then also 1 liter of canola oil and other materials shown on this photo. You may ask, 2 bags of tofu, that's a lot. Yes, I use 2 bags of tofu to make bean curd puffs. In this recipe, I only use a little bit bean curd puffs. Then the left, I put them in the refrigerator and froze them. Whenever I do stir-fry vegetables, I use a little bit bean curd puffs that make stir-fry very tasty. For example, I can stir-fry celery with bean curd puffs. I can do stir-fry the broccoli with bean curd puffs. I can stir-fry the low box with bean curd puffs, etc. Okay, let's start to cook. First step, let's cut this pork tenderloin. We cut in the middle, so the meat is still a little bit frozen. That's easy to cut. We can see the grain of this meat. We cut across the grain of this meat. Then cut it into thin slices. The reason I cut the meat while it is still frozen because that way it's easy to cut it into thin slices. So we put the thin slices in a plate. Next step, we cut the cabbage. We cut from top a small part from the whole one. That's the part. It's about 500 grams. Then set it aside. Next one, we cut this tofu. So we cut the bag first. Open the bag. We take the tofu out and do a little bit of wash. Cut it into about 1/3 inch thick slices. So totally that's 11 slices. That's the slices. It's about 1/3 inch thick. Next step, that's a 1/2 tablespoon of salt. We use this salt, sprinkle a little bit of salt on the bottom of this container. Then lay out the tofu slices on the bottom of this container. So now that's 6 pieces. We can put another 2. That's become 8 pieces. Then sprinkle salt again on the top of slices. Make sure every piece have salt on it. Then we put another layer of tofu slices. Then sprinkle a little bit of salt again on each piece of the tofu slices. Make sure each piece has salt on it. We put another layer. Okay, there's only 6 pieces left. We sprinkle a little bit of salt again. Now, set it aside for about 1 hour. Totally, we use half of the salt in the bowl. That is 1/4 tablespoon of salt. Now, we cut the cabbage. This cabbage is inside part of the cabbage. So we did a simple wash, then cut it into small strips. Then put small strips into a container. Next step, we cut the green onion into small pieces. Put into a plate. Then we slice the ginger first. Then cut the ginger into small pieces. Then chop it into tiny pieces. Put into a plate. And cut the red hot pepper into tiny thread. Next step, we heat a squid on a medium heat. Then add in 1 liter of Canola oil in it. Because we have 2 batches of deep fry, so we don't need a lot of oil. We heat oil about 5 to 10 minutes until there's no bubble come out from bottom of the skewer. That means reach the temperature we want. Then we drop in the tofu slices one by one. So totally it's 11 pieces. That's half of the total. We put in the first batch. Oh, they are connected together. So we have to separate them. Then we do this deep fry about a few minutes. Then we see the tofu slices become brown color and it's a little hard on the surface. That means it's good. We take all of them out. Then put them into a plate. You see the oil now, there's a lot of bubbles. That means there's some water in the oil. So we need the heat until there's no bubble on the bottom and a little bit smoke. Then it's time. We add in the second batch of tofu slices. So totally we added 11 pieces of tofu slices and separate them and deep fry for a few minutes until it's turned to brown color and it's also hard in the surface. Take all them out. Put them into a plate. Now we move off the skewer off the stove and turn off the stove. Now the first step we finished. We made a lot of bean curd puffs. These bean curd puffs you can eat like this way. If you try, you will know they are very, very delicious. They also nutritious. And in this recipe, I only use 7 pieces of these bean curd puffs. Then the left, when they are cold enough, I can put in the Ziploc bag and freeze them in the refrigerator. Then whenever I want to do stir fry of any vegetables, I put a little bit of these bean curd puffs. That will make the stir fries very tasty, also very nutritious. That's the reason I made a lot in one time, then I will make use of them later. Next step, we cut this bean curd puff into thin slices. We can cut this way. We also can cut long strips like this. Oh, they're looking so nice. Next step, we heat the wok over high heat. Then we add in 1 tablespoon of oil in the wok. When the oil is warm enough, then we add in pork tenderloin. We do stir fry until all the meat change color to white. Then we add in 1/4 teaspoon of ground Sichuan pepper and ginger and green onions. Stir fry a little bit. Then add in the red hot pepper. Stir fry until the pepper is softer. Then we add in cabbage. Okay, that's a lot of cabbage. It's good. Eat a lot of vegetables. We do stir fry. Stir fry a little bit. Then add in 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Stir fry. Mix salt and the vegetables. Now you may see there a little bit of juice on the bottom of the wok. Now it's time we add in the bean curd puffs. We add in bean curd puffs and do a little bit stir fry. Then we add in half tablespoon of oyster sauce and 1 teaspoon of soya sauce. And then stir fry. And the bean curd puff will absorb all the juice in the wok. That's why it's tasty. Stir fry. Oh, looking nice. Now, everything is well cooked. Now, we transfer the mixture into a plate. Wow, it's looking so nice. It is also very tasty, very nutritious plate. How do you like my recipe? If you like my recipe, don't forget to click subscribe plus bell. Then every time I have new recipe, you are notified. Thank you. See you next time.